Hey guys, so the second part. So we're gonna start. So just watch my first video how to remove everything off the EcoFlow Delta 2. Oh no, so EcoFlow Delta Pro 3.6 kilowatt version. So now we're gonna remove this front panel and see if we can somehow wire these outlets from our inverter that we're gonna put it later to utilize that instead of from the main outlets, because we're gonna keep it inside the box. So let's open this whole panel and see how they are connected, because I've never opened this one before. So to remove this front panel, there are 4 screws on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and same on the other side. So remove those and then we will probably take it off and then see how they're connected. Okay, so 4 screws on both sides, and I found out there are 2 more screws here, and here. So let's take all of them out and see if this panel comes off. Okay, so I removed 2 screws there under the handle, and 4 on each side. And let's see. Oh, there's a wire connected. Okay, let me take this one off. I think this is for earth or something. Let's take this one off. That is disconnected. Okay, oh, perfect. Okay, let's put this on the table and figure it out. Nice, that is pretty modular. Okay, so after inspecting this panel briefly, so here are the 4 outlets that I want to use. I don't want to use the round one, because that's 30 amps, and my inverter is only 2000 watts. So forget about the USBs up there for now, and the power switch. I'm gonna have to put my own power switch somehow. But these 4 outlets are right here. Okay, let's take this one off. Actually, let's take this off because I don't need that. Come off. Okay, so these are connected, those outlets right there, live. I think the middle one is earth, and the neutral. So if I connect those ring connectors from the inverter to these connections, I'm pretty sure that those terminals or outlets gonna come alive. So that is pretty easy. That's a 30 amp one right there, which I'm not gonna use. I'm probably gonna remove this and put some like a switch or something out there, or I'll just leave it as is. Who cares? I'll just block it, and I'll remove the wires as well, because I'm pretty sure they are somehow, the yellow wire is connected to the center one there, and the black wire I think is also common. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to remove those anyway. The connection at least. I'm not sure the outlet. I'll see what I'm going to do. If I find some gadget, I can put it in there. And for the USBs and stuff, this is the board. So I'm going to have to see if there's anything I can like power. Like a 12 volt DC to DC from 48 to 12 to power this thing to utilize the USBs, because they're pretty powerful USBs. I think these are like 100 watts. 100 watt there, 100 watt there, fast charge, and USB A. So if I can utilize this somehow, that would be great. I just have to find if there's just simply plus and minus connections and what voltage it takes to utilize it. Even if I don't find it anything, then yeah, too bad. But let's I'll Google it and see if there's anything that I can do to utilize that board, to utilize those USBs, because that'd be awesome. And these are the side connectors. I'm pretty sure none of them will work, of course. What are they? I didn't even check. Also, these are 12 volt. I don't need that 12 volt. These are pin connectors for 12 volt as well. Don't need that. Pairing, standby, and this is all garbage. Okay, so I'm gonna probably seal this one up area because I don't need that, and this is for external power or second battery or something like that. Oh, and this is for charging, I think, right? Yeah, infinite AC. Yeah, so it's for like fast charging or something. I don't need that as well. So yeah, so let's Google and see if I can somehow utilize this board. If not, then not the end of the world. Okay, so what I'm thinking after analyzing this, only this like AC connectors, what I'm thinking, this is for the side power, like fast charge to original setup. Since we're not using that, I cut off these main wires. So this is a main positive and main negative, the black and white from this, and this is earth, so I'm going to cut that later. And this one is going up, that was connected to the main, the upper section of it, and that is XT90 female. And for these connections, the main for the outlets, and same going here, the same wires. Actually, I just checked, same wires which are okay. Just remove these. So these ones I took it off. So these ones were connected like that. So like this. So this is 30 amps. These are normal, I don't know, like 15 amps or whatever, 13 amps. So these wires are also XT90, but male connectors. So what I'm thinking, I cut these ones off since I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to take these wires off from here because these are zip tied. Okay. Come on, come out. Come out. And from here as well, these are pretty thick wires. So these are like, I think, 8 gauge. Good enough for the outlets, of course. Okay, take these ones off. Okay, so now I'm gonna take, so now this is totally separate now, right? So I'm gonna connect that with this. Oops, the other way. Where's my positive, negative? So I'm gonna connect that like this, and now this one will go into inverter. The connections that I showed you from the in front, and since it's going to be inside the board, so this one is going to go to inverter, and that one will power my outlets. I'm going to hook this one back up. I'm just going to keep in mind that if I have to use some, not that I ever, but if I have to use this 30 amp connector, I'm just gonna have to make sure that whatever the application is not pulling 30 amps, because 30 amps will kick out my inverter. Well, it's only 2000 watts. So I'm gonna put these wires back in the way they were, and I'm gonna activate this as well with this with all these 4 outlets. So that is perfect that the wires came from inside. Otherwise I'll have to solder the XT90 connector, which I do have, but these ones are awesome. So this is for free. Just took it off from the side, and these one will just go inverter, and these ones will activate all this. For the USB, I still haven't figured it out. I'm gonna just take pictures, and I'm gonna Google it later, and I can always open this whole area up and then reactivate this if I have to with 12 volts or whatever. Worst come to worst, I can take this whole thing off, because I was thinking my inverter has a display on top which will be hidden underneath the case. So I'm gonna open that inverter up and see if that display is movable, like if there are wires, and if I can extend them, and I'm gonna remove all this, and I'm gonna put that display up so I can see it through from here. So if that works, the display from my inverter to be extended, I'm gonna do that. I remove this board and I'm gonna utilize that display. But if not the end of the world. It just shows the voltage, battery level, and the output watts. Actually, it's gonna be pretty great if I can somehow utilize that display area with that display. But I'm gonna try. If not, well, what can we do? But I'll try anyway. So, but this is awesome for my outlets to be activated. I'm gonna put this one back on these wires because I took it out, and so I'm gonna put these ones back, and when I do the inverter, then we will know where the power is coming from. So after removing like, I don't know, like 5-6 screws, this board came out. I noticed on this side it says, so that's 24 volts, and there's a positive and negative wire coming out. So since this is going to be useless anyway, this board, there's a screen that I'm gonna try to put my what do you call it, the inverter screen there if possible. Once I open it, I'll know. I'm gonna try to power this to 24 volts and see if these USBs work. If they work, perfect. If not, nah, whatever, I'll just throw it out. Somebody probably will know how to power it without being connected to the rest of the systems with this EcoFlow, but I think they will post their comments, or I'll find out after some time. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna play around. If it burns, it burns. Doesn't matter. This is garbage for me anyway. But if it works, then I'll leave this there and utilize the USBs at the front. And somehow I'll have to power it from 48 volts to 24 volts with the DC to DC converter. And somehow I'll have to just work this out later, but I'll have to find it if this one works. Okay, so I put 24 volts through my power supply to the main positive negative of this board, and funny enough, these USBs are working. These, oh come on, these blue ones, they run this motor because this requires a little bit extra power, I guess. But these black ones are not. But I used it on my phone, and they're charging okay. These ones are charging okay. These ones are charging okay. But this motor is just like flickering, but it's not moving. I think it just requires a little bit more amps, which these black ones don't provide, but these ones do. But these two USB-C, they are not powering at all. I tried. These are not working for I don't know what reason. I thought that would be the same power supply to power all of these USBs, but they're not. Unless I'm missing something, I cannot figure it out. But these four are working, and these two USBs are not. These USB-Cs, I mean, A's are working fine. I checked all four to charge my phone, and they are perfectly fine. These USB-Cs, they were the good ones. They're like 100 amp hours, 100 watts, with all the voltages up to 20 volts. But I don't know how to figure this out, because I tried pressing everything. There's only two buttons here anyway, but they're not working. If somebody knows, but that'll be too late anyway. Probably I'll just save this board for now, and if I can figure it out later how to power these USB-Cs, then I'll do that, because these are pretty good. Even if I don't get to use my display, I will use this board to utilize the USB-Cs if I can figure it out, these two USB-Cs, to somehow to power them with whatever voltage they require. So far it's 24 volts, but there's no other connections besides on the back. There are like a bunch of those these clips and stuff, but that's all I could figure it out for now. But I'll keep googling, and I'll save this board for now, because it is working for 4 at least, and these ones we'll see later. So here's the inverter box. There's a upper side, so I just unscrewed the sides, left the fans. Here's my inverter. I opened it up to see the display, and it is like this. So I'm gonna see, after putting this inverter inside here, if this is long enough to come to the display of the main front panel. So right now I just leave it hanging. I removed all those screws that was holding the inverter, which is right here. It's all garbage, even though it's functional. I think I may be wrong, but it requires the main board, BMS, and everything to be working perfectly in order for that to turn on. So I'm not using that, of course. So I'm gonna insulate this because this is metal. This is metal. Even though it is isolated, but I'm still gonna insulate this with one of those papers that was taken off from one of the e-bike batteries between the cells. So I'm gonna just tape this up so there's something in between two metal bodies. So even though this is not connected to any power, it's not being used as a earth or anything like that, but I'm still, as a precaution, I'm just going to use this, and then I'll figure it out how to secure this with this. I may have to use one of those holes or something. We'll see how that goes. But worst come to worst, we can always zip tie it. So here's the progress so far. So I've taken the lower case, I put my inverter, removed the top side of my inverter so when for ventilation purposes. I zip tied all four corners to the frame, the lower frame of the original inverter. So now this is secured with the frame, which of course will be attached to that body up on there. So these wires, so this is a remote on and off, which I'll have to put somehow to the front panel, and that connects to this on and off switch for the inverter. These two wires are going to go attached to the outlets at the front panel. The one that we cut, and then it's gonna go to those 110 outlets, and the display of this inverter. Where did I put that? Somewhere. Where it is. So it is a ribbon wire. I'm not sure it's gonna make it to that display, but I'm gonna put it up and then see. If it doesn't make it, I can technically cut it and make it longer. That's just too much work, but I'll see. Let's put it up and see if it makes it on its own. So that would be great, just to get that information up at the front panel. So this is all okay now. I should not have secured it because I forgot to put the cables for the power. I'll cut it and then redo it.